We should be fine if we just do it that way. All right.
That was good.
It wouldn't be a show without technical difficulties. This is the SquadCast. SquadCast. Jesus Christ. Need that water. SquadCast Season 3, Episode 3. Finally got to spit that one out. We're going to have a lot of action to recover or recap. Damn, I should have smoked that joint. Recap before. I was fine in the warm-up. We got a lot of action to recap this week. We got at least 4 weeks to go over, and we have another week to look at in advance past that. We got the trade deadline to talk about, player of the weeks, MVP race, rookie talk, you name it, we're going to talk about it. We have notes. Hopefully we don't miss too much, and hopefully we give you everything that you are looking for this week. So let's look back
at.
If
we don't, fuck you.
For real though, week 5.
Hey.
Just don't go kill yourself or nothing. Week 5.
We're back. Get your popcorn ready. I got mine right here. I don't know about you guys, but I'm ready to see one of my boys I know in real life fighting UFC.
Yeah, turn on the UFC prelims.
Let's go. Darren Elkins, baby. Moving up in the ranks, top 10. Let's go.
Let's get it. All right, week 5. Let's see, game of the week that week on Daddy Leagues. It was the Jaguars at Colts. Chef was coming in hot, right? He had a pretty good start in the first month of the season. Colts looked like they showed up big. They won 45-21 back in week 5. And I kind of ran my mouth on the last podcast, and, we barely squeaked out that home win against Seattle. We had some bad turnovers. They took advantage of it. We squeaked out that win. So,
I'll give you props. I called you out on that, and you did good. You did good.
We've had an up and down season, and that game was kind of the epitome of it, but, I'm hoping that we can turn it around and get some more wins like that, solid W's.
I do want an answer though. Is it me or did the Browns lose to the Saints like I called it? Or was it the Bulldogs? Was he playing for his buddy, helping him out, beating his brother? I don't know. Maybe there's something there we gotta talk about.
I think there's some meat to that. So
when you know somebody, you got all their moves down. You know what they're about. It sure seems to be the theme here.
And I mean, we're going to get to it, but the Browns have they lost the same amount of games as they've lost the entire regular season, barring their playoff losses in one season right now? And I mean, that division's looking really interesting, like we talked about before the season really even kicked off for the most part. I got to look at Daddy Leagues, but I know he has at least 2 losses. He didn't hit the 3, did he?
He is 4-3 now. The Browns.
Ooh, yeah, yep.
Yeah, he's actually fighting for that wild card spot, and I'm gonna say this because I just I hate giving love to those guys that are actually good in the league, unlike us. We're not gonna talk about the Bengals and the Cowboys the rest of the show. So good job for being undefeated. We hate your guts. That's all I'm gonna say. That was it.
Short and sweet. And for showing love, I mean, someone we talked about on the show a lot. We thought he was a good defensive player. Maybe we talked about him too much. Teacup. He got routed in Detroit. I saw the run Amir Abdullah put on his ass. He retired. So we lost Teacup.
This was a long time coming. We all love Teacup. I mean, everybody that knows Teacup, we respect his game because he's old school. A lot of people saw his defense as one of the best in the league. I think Tampa's starting to steal that mantle as the great defensive team with no offense. But when you actually look at it and you just kind of his schedule, he even told me, like, he was like, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to play this season because it just schedule conflicts, and he was better off with his other league playing against a lot of college kids because their schedules just matched up. And his work schedule it got the better of him. So when you're forcing yourself to play games you weren't ready.
The Scrub Squad League private investigator actually found that Teacup was playing in the Canadian Arena League under the name Mike Honcho. which is also the same name that he used for his offshore accounts to, well, move the money that you're wishing you're making off the show, the Scrub Squad League shared revenue stream. So, just so you know, Mike Honcho, that's what it's under.
Wow. Wow. All right. I'm never calling out a shout out to a buddy in UFC. He is absolutely getting destroyed on the ground right now. I've never seen so much damn blood in a matter of 2 minutes come out of somebody. Wow. Sorry, guys. Sidetracked. I don't mean to do that. I'm still here. But no, Teacup. Yeah, he must have joined the ranks of what's his name, the old Bears coach. Oh God, damn it! The guy that looked like a complete nerd out there. You know who it was before John
Yeah,
Fox. Who was the
yeah.
coach?
Not Lovey Smith, right? Are you talking about Lovey Smith?
No, no,
Guy before
no.
Lovey
The
Smith?
the guy after Lovey. God damn it,
Oh,
I
the guy
forgot.
after Lovey.
I'm gonna catch hell for that. But yeah, seriously though, uh, we're gonna miss Teacup. You know, he was one of the best in the league. Never had any issues with him, and he sure stood up to some of the big dogs in the league.
But moving on from that, there was another big story coming out of Week 5. I don't know what's going on with the Bills this season, but Tennessee came in, upset them 31-17. That's kind of a commanding upset if you ask me.
Sorry about that. What was that? Sorry, who were you talking about?
I was calling out Tennessee's upset over the Bills in Week 5, 31-17.
Oh yeah, that was a fluke game. Sorry, I thought you were actually talking about something that was worth a damn. No, I mean, okay. I guess I gotta call it. I gotta call out the Bills this week because I think it's the only team that we probably haven't called out since we've been doing the podcast. Like we've called out everybody at least one time a week, like somebody different. And the Bills has been that one consistent guy in the league since we've been doing the podcast. And all of a sudden, you're seeing him struggle against some of the bottom feeders of the league or
And I think it
CPUs in
came
the
from
league.
too much reshuffling. I think, you know, it's not broke. Why try to fix it? Last season
Well, you
he
got we
only had one loss. He tried to rework a few things, and now look where we're at.
well, you got a new quarterback, I believe, new running back. You got an old running back, if I remember right. Saucy Reed's at quarterback. You got new offensive line, or at least one or two guys. I mean, he was one of those guys that missed out on the big right guard sweepstakes, and he traded me
Trey
T.J. Lang.
Turner.
Yep. So it's been one of those weird years for him. But for somebody that we've called out regularly, the Titans, gotta give him credit for that one. That was a
It
big
was a
win.
big
That
game.
he thought he actually did something impressive, and then came back to reality a couple last weeks. So, but good for him. It kept him going in the league. And if he ever listens to podcasts, which I probably know for sure he won't, I'm just gonna say he's still a bitch, and we're gonna still keep calling him out until he wins against somebody worth a damn after the Bills. But until that, shout out of the week, Bills call out,
Yeah.
man up, let's
Yeah.
go, bro. I mean, we've been on your tail for the last 2 seasons, and where the hell is he in the division race now all of a sudden? But we'll get back to that.
One more side story coming out of Week 5. You said the word weird, and weird comes to mind when I think of the QB situation in Green Bay. What's going on with that strength and conditioning coach? Are they smoking meth before the game? Are they not stretching right? What's going on with these quarterbacks? They continuously go down. Aaron Rodgers, Dak. I swear he traded for another one from the Browns at one point. Dak goes down again this season. If you're one
Well,
of these fans in Green Bay and you have a share in this team as a community, what are your thoughts? Are you flabbergasted, for lack of better terms? Trying to make it friendly terms there.
I think the Packers decided to not worry about a lot of the interior of his line, and he went balls to the wall with the special players. Don't get me wrong, he's got some really good talent,
LaRon Williams.
but LeBron Williams, Dak Prescott. I mean, I know we got rid of T.J. Lang. I know It wasn't his fault, but Josh Sitton was gone. On the offensive line, Mike Daniels got traded. I mean, it's a lot of his interior guys that you build around are gone.
Hmm.
And at this point, you just kind of wonder what is the Packers' identity. And it looks like he wanted to go to that LeBron Williams, but you got to have a quarterback on the field to get him the ball.
Exactly. And that's the only thing the Packers haven't really, well, they haven't really been able to stop anyone defensively, it seems like. But I mean, they just can't keep a quarterback on the field, and, it's not going to work well. So that translates into week 6 action. The Giants actually won a pretty close game in week 5 against the Redskins, who up to this point I still believe are winless. I don't think the Redskins have won a game, which that's a huge story coming into this year. Wild card team last year, lost in the snow, new head coach after about a month into the season. I believe, yeah, they got filled, right?
What the Redskins we're talking about?
Yeah.
My early season projection for Super Bowl in the Super Bowl contention.
Yep, those Redskins.
Yeah, yeah. I'll tell you, I don't know anything about the new guy in the league. Shout out to him. Hopefully he listens to the podcast, enjoys everything. You got a very good set of youngsters to work with, so make them count, make it worth it. You know, defensively and offensively, you got some of the cream of the crop youngsters. You kind of got thrown in the fire late, but we're gonna keep a lookout on Redskins and see how they manage to do in that tough NFC East division.
Extremely tough division, but with young talent like that, you're more than equipped to make a run in the division. If you can at least split with the Cowboys. Um,
Yep.
so let's see, what else do we got for Week 6 that seems interesting for notes wise? The Rams actually won against the Bulldogs in Week 6, which at this point that's a really quality win. I'm extremely proud of NFC West, even though it's a rival. Go in there and get that win over the team that I felt like we let it slip away. It's a big win for them.
The Rams have actually been one of the surprises of the year. I think every one of us has kind of been wanting to see that offense kind of not only just be an offense in St. Louis. Here I am saying St. Louis in LA. We've been wanting to see a whole team built around that team, like defensively, offensively, and he seems to have finally got a very good system. And I've played him this year. He got the better of me. I gotta give him major props. I didn't respect that offense enough, but that defense came out to play too. So all I'm gonna say is,
He'll play all 4
if
quarters too. He doesn't quit.
no, not at all. Crooked knows what he's doing. He adapts well, a lot better than I expected. And I hope I get another match against him eventually, next season, if not later in this year. But yeah, I personally think that is my big wild card shout out. I could definitely see him making a move, either coming through that division and winning the division, or getting in through the wild card because he's got the weapons. He really
Mm,
does.
yeah. Uh, let's see. Philly runs over Jacksonville 27 to nothing. Jacksonville had 2 rough losses in a row right there, really hurting their hopes at a playoff run at this point, unless they can snag the division back from the Colts, which at this point seems like a stretch. Um, also, I mean, you were saying the Titans haven't had any really other good wins. I mean, they just shut out Houston in Week 6. They looked like they were playing pretty good football during that stretch, and I mean,
And then it kind
Houston,
of collapsed. I mean, we
it
got a couple weeks to
collapsed.
catch up to. So,
I mean, we're
but
only,
yeah,
yeah, but I mean, you gotta respect the fact that they came up and they played 2 really good games after they were the number 1 pick last season, I believe, in the draft. So,
yes, sir.
we really like to see improvement across the board here, and that's a nice story.
Even
Let's
though he
see.
didn't have the first pick, but he did have the first pick originally.
Yes. Yeah,
But yeah.
he did trade it, yeah. Since he wins